with a smile and an eccolo. Here it is. Her crescendoing welcome twines with the luminescent morning. With a nod, they acknowledge the arrival of white cups of dark and nutty coffee before resuming their discussion. In mere moments, the new arrivals transform into scenery as the next pair or trio of villagers meet in the street and nod into Bar Birbo. It is like this every morning save Mondays, when the bar is closed. Bar Birbo has always been closed on Mondays, ever since Chiara's great-grandfather converted the downstairs of their ancient palazzo to serve coffee. What had been a desperate attempt to resolve his family's financial crisis became the jewel of Santa Lucia. After the falls, of course. Bar Birbo, the villagers crow at any opportunity, had the distinction of being the first bar in the zona. Yet, even though the bar's giorno di chiusura hasn't changed in almost 100 years, the people of Santa Lucia still stop and gape, confused as they propel a friend by the arm toward the waxed wooden front of Bar Birbo, only to find the door shut tight. Their eyes drift upward to the open window of the residence above the bar, where Chiara is undoubtedly making her heavenly pistachio yogurt cake for herself and whatever niece or nephew has come for a visit. Grumbling, the disappointed espresso seeker shuffles to the tabaccheria, where the coffee lacks the sweet roundness of Bar Birbo's, and the owner, Cesare, scowls at the once weekly swelling in his coffee clientele. Mondays lack a certain wholeness for the citizens of Santa Lucia, but one can pick up a giornale to read, and the Marca da Bollo stamp, for whatever piece of bureaucracy has been put off for too long. And so, every day but one, villagers stroll out of Bar Birbo with their minds sharpened by Chiara's coffee, and their days knit with their neighbours. Perhaps they no longer notice the light, but on particularly iridescent days, they may pause on the low step leading from Bar Birbo to the cobblestone street. In that brief moment, they take in the sunset-hued stucco building's murmur of colour alongside the predominantly creamy stone walls, the splash of red geranium-filled flower pots, and how the children with backpacks as unwieldy as turtle shells race to school, their laughter weaving through the sound of the church bells. Such are mornings in Santa Lucia, just as they have been for generations. Buongiorno, Massimo. Un caffè? Sì, certo, Chiara, of course. The clustered villagers looked over their shoulders at the man silhouetted against the glowing doorway. With a rustling burble, they parted to allow Massimo to approach the bar, the women twitching their skirts to fall more becomingly. The man ignored the bustle his presence created. He stepped into the opening at the bar and pulled back his blue-striped shirt-sleeve to consult his watch. His grandfather's watch, really, but he knew the scratches in the gold and the imperfections in the leather as well as he knew his own hand. He straightened his tie, and then gazed over the heads of the other patrons, seeing none of them. He didn't hear the hushed voices of Sauro, the baker, or Rosetta, the school principal, as they lowered their heads to whisper confidentially. "Guarda, Rosetta," Sauro murmured, gesturing with his chin. "It's Massimo." Rosetta fought the urge to smooth down her hair as she cast a quick glance at Massimo, standing like a signal fire over the crowd, his strong jaw echoing his strong brows. She responded noncommittally. Sauro watched his friend with a bemused expression. He murmured, "I wonder, will he ever smile again?" This got Rosetta's attention. "Massimo's a serious person, you know that." "Si, but the seriousness is different now, like he'll never know joy." "Such drama. He was never a cheerful man, even before." Sauro paused to consider the foam left clinging to the side of his cappuccino cup, before venturing with a loftily raised eyebrow. "If I remember correctly, that didn't stop you from tagging after him like Carosello follows a pork bone."